Install a reinforcement lock just above the primary deadbolt to maximize resistance against kick and lever attacks. Place the reinforcement lock directly above the deadbolt at a distance of about 2 to 4 inches, measured from the deadbolt center to the reinforcement center, so the load path transfers impact into the stud framing rather than the thin jamb face. Use a reinforcement plate that wraps the jamb and extends at least 3 inches along the face and the strike side so screws can reach into the stud. Prefer steel plates with at least 1/4 inch thickness and long screws of at least 3 inches to anchor into solid wood. If you have a metal frame or concrete wall, use purpose-made anchors or through bolts that penetrate to supporting structure and seal any gap to prevent leverage. Position the lock so that the strike plate line is aligned vertically with the door lock center line to avoid torsion forces that can split the jamb. If the deadbolt is off-center because of decorative trim, shift the reinforcement to maintain the vertical load path. Account for door hardware clearance so the reinforcement does not interfere with latch operation or door sweep. Test the door several times after installation and adjust strike face shim if necessary. For families with small children or mobility concerns, mount the reinforcement high enough that it is out of reach but still within the effective impact zone above the deadbolt so it does not create an accessibility barrier. Common mistakes include placing the reinforcement too close to the top edge, which transfers force into the thinner header and reduces pull-out strength, so move it lower above the deadbolt and anchor into the stud. Another issue is using short screws that only bite the jamb face, which allows the plate to tear out under force. Always use screws long enough to reach the framing or through bolt anchors if possible. People sometimes center the plate on decorative molding, which leaves a gap to the framing. Remove or modify trim and shim the jamb so the plate sits flush and loads are transmitted to structural members. On bighomeprojects.com, we help homeowners locate local contractors who can install properly positioned reinforcement locks and other security upgrades. We also help contractors find work and connect with neighbors through our discussion community, where pros and homeowners share installation tips and real-world experiences.